Georgia, 24-21 losers tonight, Matt DeBerry. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was something else. A lot to unpack. We're going to start from the beginning. We're going to talk about that 4th and 1. We're going to talk about it.
Just going right into it.
We're going right into it. But I want to start at the beginning. Georgia went down 14-0. Another game against Alabama where they come out, they get punched in the face twice. They get the ball to start the game, easy 3 and out. They punt. Alabama goes on a 12-play drive, touchdown. Georgia punts again. Alabama goes on another 12-play touchdown drive. Before you know it, it's 14-0, and you're thinking, oh, this is how it's going to go.
This is familiar.
This is very familiar. But they fought back. They ran for over 200 yards. They played really good defensively in the second half. First half was ugly. You're either elite or you're not, and they are not an elite defense right now. This was a complete team loss. It's on the coaches. It's on the players. They didn't execute, but the players have to be ready to play from the opening snap. Alabama played like their season was on the line.
Yes.
Georgia did not. And I think, people aren't going to like this. I think you have to tip your hat and, give mad respect to that Alabama staff and the players. They executed their game plan better than Georgia did.
Totally.
And Georgia shot themselves in the foot on multiple occasions. They never led in the game, but to start the fourth quarter, they've got the ball. They're down 3. They're in field goal range. Could have kicked a field goal to tie the game. Instead, they go for it on 4th and 1, Ryan. The offensive line didn't do their job. They didn't execute the play. It was a weird play because they gave it to Cash Jones on a 4th and 1. The play gets blown up, and it's a bad look. I think the play could have worked, probably should have worked, but it didn't, and that's on the coaches too because the players didn't execute. This is a young team. They're not the best team in the country. Again, complete team loss, but when you start the game 14-0 and you're in a hole on your own home field against that team, I mean, Georgia fans are so sick and tired of losing to Alabama. They had everything they needed to win this game. I thought they would win the game. Playing in Sanford Stadium, I thought the crowd was there. They were waiting for Georgia to take the lead and kind of explode. They fought hard, Ryan, but they lost. They didn't deserve to win. Alabama did. They made the plays in the first quarter and in the fourth quarter with the game on the line to secure the win, and you have to give them a lot of credit. But this Georgia team's got a lot to work on still.
We got a lot
I'll talk when we get through this.
A lot of people walking around still.
Why are they
not knowing where
They
they're
look
going?
like they're waiting on an Uber.
Boy.
Yeah, I mean Alabama played better as they do in these games.
Yes.
It happens,
consistently?
7 out of 8 times, 6 out of 7 times. But
It's on Kirby, right?
Georgia did a lot of the things it wanted to do. It didn't turn the ball over through the air like they haven't at all this season. They ran for over 200 yards. I think they've done that in each game now. They're averaging over 200.
Not each game.
Not each game,
very
but
close.
with the numbers tonight, they're averaging over 210 yards per game on the ground. They dominated that battle, and they looked really good doing it, but it wasn't enough. Alabama dominated the time of possession. It was 35 minutes to about 24 minutes and change. Alabama had, I think, over 20 more offensive snaps.
Oh, they're going to make us go this way. Wonderful.
Ty Simpson did what he needed to do. He was
played,
asked to do more.
He played great.
He was asked to do more.
He played great.
Than Gunnar Stockton was. And look, at the end of the day, I think that between the three of us, we pretty much mapped out what could have happened in this game and what was going to happen as far as if Georgia's going to lose, if Georgia's going to win. And I wrote on Fight for Friday, the 3 most important things were the ground game, getting pressure on Ty Simpson, and now I'm blanking on the other thing. It's been a long 48 hours.
You can read that if you sign up to the newsletter, by the way.
But look, pressure on Ty Simpson was one of the priorities when you have a young secondary that struggled against Tennessee, and you expect them to chase around Ryan Williams and Jeremy Bernard and company for a long time.
Which they did a good job against.
They did a good job against that, but the thing
How
is
there still traffic?
The traffic has been ridiculous over the last couple of days. It has been frustrating.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
It's
almost 1:30.
The traffic in the stadium was crazy.
Yeah.
That's, I suppose that was to be expected. But yeah, no, I mean, Ty Simpson did what he needed to do. His completion percentage, I don't think reflects how good of a job he did tonight when you just look at the box score. He got the ball out quick, faked Georgia out with his eyes a few times. And, sometimes that could be a really difficult thing to do. scheme-wise, whoever Alabama is DeBoer calling the plays? Whoever was calling the plays,
Ryan
I thought
Grubb, I think, is
did
the
an
play
excellent
caller.
job. I don't know if Matt mentioned this. The number one thing when you look at the stat sheet tonight was third downs.
Yes.
13 for
Preach.
19 for Alabama, 2 for 8 for Georgia. I had that one
Yeah.
memorized, Matt.
I meant to bring that up. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
That was a major theme of this game was Georgia's inability to get off the field on third down defensively. Now, they didn't give up a single point to Alabama in the second half. They gave Georgia's offense an opportunity to tie the game or take the lead. Georgia had opportunities to win the game,
Yep.
Dean. They dropped the ball.
Well, you're not going to drop the ball if you take advantage of what So Poly's got to offer for you. You like that?
That was very
You like that a
smooth.
lot? Hey,
it's
use
not
the
as smooth when we like.
you like just
Clap
use the
about it.
code DEAN10, so DEAN10, and you're going to get 10% off and free shipping. The free shipping is probably the most important part. I've used their stuff for 3 years now, 3 seasons. It's quality. It's awesome. I'm not just saying that. I used it when they were not our partner. They have outstanding stuff. Ryan and I have been down there. They do a great job down there in Dodge County. This is a manufacturing in the state of Georgia. Make sure you're taking advantage of that. Now then, when you run for that many yards and
27.
27.
Yeah, 220.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable to lose a game like that. It happens. It's a rarity. I don't think people should be jumping off bridges. I think it's time for Kirby to maybe.
Accept responsibility.
Well, he does that.
Yeah, but
I mean,
he
I'm not
Do
trying
better.
to string. Yeah, he's got to do better. You got to start winning these games against Alabama. You know, their last 5, however many games, overtime against Georgia Tech, overtime against Texas, lost to Notre Dame, Tennessee, overtime, lost to Alabama. The last 5 games, you know, if we're going to talk about Clemson, we got to talk about Georgia that way too. The number one thing that we have with y'all, and by the way, my eyes are on the road right now. I'm going to have to get off on Millage. This is going to be a little bit of an adventure getting back to the east side.
Oh,
Dog-
I had to do this route today.
Dog
I got
Post
you, man.
Cavern
Headquarters?
world headquarters.
Da-na-na.
I was waiting for it. It's like a damn
We'll throw it in
Disney
there every
ride,
once in a
man.
while.
It was like a
Can
Disney
we complain
ride.
about that now?
I think it was a
What the
little.
heck?
I think on third down doing that
Yeah.
is one thing, but it felt like, of course, they had 19 third downs. It felt like it was a little bit too much consistently about.
Do the people watching on TV know what y'all are talking about? Did that?
If you're
come
in the
through?
stadium,
You know exactly.
you know what we're talking about. I mean, it's cool, but it shouldn't be every. How many snaps did Alabama have?
77 offensive.
Oh, we heard that thing 76 times. So I think it was too.
I didn't hear it
Dude,
as well from
actually,
the press
that's not
box.
crazy to
I don't
say.
think that's
not crazy to
excessive
say.
at all.
No.
I mean, I think it's cool for third down.
For third
So
down,
like,
yep.
I don't know who does in stadium.
Well, it sure didn't work.
The
It did,
wristbands
it did.
were cool.
Look, Georgia did a great job of creating atmosphere and all that. I did not think it was an elite atmosphere. I thought it was going to be. It wasn't. And
That fourth down stop, the place kind of erupted. Was it
Well,
a blocked punt too? That place
I
went
couldn't
bonkers.
tell.
Blocked field goal.
The field goal, yeah,
because
blocked
that
field-
ball went straight to the left.
I'm not sure they got
They
any
tweeted
louder
out.
than they did for the first touchdown, though, for
They-
Kobe Young.
Well, he was wide open.
Yeah, they really
He
freaked out.
wasn't
for that
sort of open. He was wide
Yeah,
open.
it
And
was
like
a
Gunner,
double move.
Gunner
Yeah,
threw
it's
it like a
good
daggum rainbow flying over the top of that deal. There was a double rainbow in front of in the stadium today.
Yeah.
They got to start beating Alabama. Alabama's not some mythical creature. I mean, they're not a Geffen or whatever they're called. Those things that fly. Don't. You know what?
Okay.
Don't do anything right now.
I'm not.
Lord of the Rings adjacent.
I'm not.
You're not permitted to. But they gotta. I mean, look. All due credit to Alabama. I do think they played. The quarterback played just exceptional, Matt.
The offensive line did too.
They did, but you know, Georgia didn't allow a point in the second half and they lost the game. They ran for 200 yards and they lost the game. They, you know, like it's kind of hard to believe they lost the game, but they got outplayed.
Yeah, you know, right
To
before
me.
right before we started, we were all talking about how good the staff is at making adjustments, but
Maybe they should
Georgia,
adjust at the beginning of the game.
they are not a very good team in the first quarter and really in the first half. I mean, they've really got to play 4 full quarters. This team can be really good. There were times when they did look really good out there. And when they blocked that kick, and I think they scored a touchdown.
Did they block the kick for sure?
They
I mean, the
got-
ball went like.
It was really bad. It felt like it was blocked. But it felt like Georgia was getting some momentum, and there was a time when I thought, oh, they're going to come back and either tie this game or take the lead at some point. They have their opportunities to do so. They did not capitalize.
Yeah.
We're talking about Nate Frazier now?
Oh, you want me to take that
Nate
one?
Frazier's in the doghouse. Talon Taylor might be in there too. You've got to make those plays. Great players make big plays in big-time games like that, and Georgia didn't make enough of those plays.
3 guys. I'm sorry. I'll throw it to you in the back seat. 3 guys that hurt Georgia today. Didn't cost them the game, but Taylor, Frazier, Robinson, all sophomores or younger. It's got to be frustrating for Kirby and them to, have a touchdown and you don't catch it.
Well, hey, look, you're talking about the youth. He preached that all spring.
They are young.
He said over and over that his biggest concern for this football team was the youth of it and a lot of new players through the portal as well, and just gelling and meshing and getting them up to speed. And they have to get them up to speed as they go in these big moments, and those are going to be learning points for all 3 of them. For Frazier, it's a little bit different, right? Because he played a lot as a true freshman, and that's an issue you saw a year ago. He was benched. He did not see the field again after that fumble. And look, rightfully so, especially when Chauncey Bowens is running as well as he does. They've got
120 yards.
Backs. The 43-yard run was nice. Not only that, he had a couple of nice catches and made some moves. He looked like their best back tonight. I don't know
for
who
10
the
yards
best
a
is.
carry.
He did. He looked outstanding.
Hey, he was my guy to watch this spring. But just
Good
letting you
work,
know.
Ryan.
Just letting you know.
I would. You know what? Do I really want to go on millage here?
Well, we got to make a decision real
I
quick,
know,
man.
we gotta make a decision.
Yeah.
I do.
Where else are we going?
Well, we're gonna.
I don't know where we're going if we're not.
Tricky spot here.
I think we
Just
gotta
let-
I think
just-
we're gonna be. I think.
dude, I think we should commit to this.
No, we're gonna commit to the loop.
Okay.
The
a little
Athens racetrack?
sketchy.
It's pretty.
Bad
pretty-
podcasting, but good driving.
Well, no, I
Driving.
mean, I'm not looking at the screen.
Yeah.
I'm making a conscious decision.
We've got our seatbelts on, by
I
the way.
feel like
That's
millage, and I feel like I'm vindicated to some degree, is going to be a goddamn disaster. I'm going to flip it around,
Okay.
flip it and reverse it. Shout out Missy Elliott. Quit texting me. I'm good. I did want to say something about where we're at globally right now. This is a Georgia team that is 3-1. That this league, I mean, everybody's grabbing losses, and if you can get to Jacksonville with 1 loss, you're doing okay. Pretty aggressive right there.
Yeah.
I gotta say that was a little bit aggressive for me.
That's a 4th and 1 toss to Cash Jones.
That's a great. I don't mind that
The play should have
The
worked.
play should have worked though. And Kirby, look, it's a little humility is great for all of us. And
He tied the game there, and everything's different.
I like points. I understand him going for it. But let me finish my global point. I'm not always with my children. I'm definitely not. I'm typically a 40,000 foot person. With my kids, I'm about 4-inch person. Like I'm all up in their grill a lot because I think that that's different. In this case, and my statement about this team is it's September. We have 8 games left in this year in the regular season alone. Georgia Tech looked like dog poop today. Clemson is a disaster. LSU can't score. Everybody, generally speaking, has issues. Thought Ohio State had a great win. We don't know the Colorado score on purpose.
Because they matter.
Well, we have to watch something. But what I was trying to say is that the goal from here on out for Kirby Smart, who is a really good college football coach, except when he's playing Alabama, the goal from here on out is, can you get these guys better? Can you grow Juan Gaston to where maybe he doesn't miss that block? Can you get this team to grow and develop, because they're on the younger side, and I think that.
But that's the coach's problem.
That is totally up to the coaches, and they've got to do it. And like Taylor, like it's got to be y'all. I mean, you missed the ball, okay, but that's done. And from this point forward, can he, can Kirby and that group develop this team? They're doing what they want to do, Matt.
Yeah.
They're running the football, but they're not. They didn't win tonight. And it was a global win for Alabama. I mean, they could not have been more excited. I've seen big wins against Georgia through the years. Georgia Tech, the way they celebrate when they beat Georgia. Alabama did that tonight.
Yeah.
That was a huge win for Alabama.
And for Kalen.
Kalen DeBoer needed that win desperately.
I mean,
that coaching staff was going crazy on the sideline.
Ryan,
huge win for that.
We were talking about this. His two biggest wins at Alabama might be both against Georgia.
No, they are. He owns Kirby Smart. Period.
I mean,
I'm sorry. Did I say something incorrect?
No. Alabama owns Kirby Smart. Kalen DeBoer.
Alabama
2-0 is not enough to say.
They were losing to Alabama before Kirby Smart got
this was before
Nick
that.
Saban lost to Kirby. Kalen has never lost
just the
to
one
Kirby.
time. That's true. That's true.
Just
but
saying.
They've only played twice.
I mean, Kirby made Nick his bitch that night.
Whoa.
That fourth quarter.
Night, that fourth quarter for sure. But dude, my only thing before you jump off the bridge, hey, if you're gonna jump off the bridge, jump off the bridge. It's whatever. But
Jeez.
Is that
I would say don't jump.
I think it's way too early to jump off a bridge.
I'll be the person of reason. They lost to Alabama last year and they won the SEC championship.
That's my point. You were saying to me, like, why are you not like hyped up and all this? I'm like, because it's September. I'm still sweating when I run, dude. Like, Matt, what's your run like these days?
Oh, man. No, I'm a weights guy. I'm not getting out there. I walk the kids. We go on little couple-mile walks,
annoying.
but
that's annoying.
It's fun.
Do you do devices?
Oh, I got the headphones in. I'm listening.
Do the kids do devices?
No, they hopefully close their eyes and try to walk them to get them to sleep. But it's about the little things and the details and starting off these games, throwing a first punch.
All right.
One of the issues with last year's team was slow starts.
Yep.
And that has continued this year. And when you get down, they had their chances. They were in this game. It was a 4-quarter game. But, man, when you start the game down 14-0,
totally,
you're really putting yourself in a hole. And they tried to fight back, and they had opportunities to tie and take the lead. But they didn't. They didn't execute. And you got to stop getting down 7-0, 14-0 at the beginning of these games and putting yourself in a hole that you have to climb out of instead of throwing the first punch, landing it, and then rocking through. That's what we saw with the 21 and 22 teams. And to a certain extent, the 23 team. But we're not seeing it right now, Ryan.
I don't think there's any reason. You threw it to Ryan. Go ahead, Ryan.
It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense how much it happens. It's over and over again how they don't come out looking like the better team when most of the time they are the better team. And
were they the better team tonight? I don't think they were.
At points.
At points they were.
I mean,
Alabama
just lost at home.
Alabama should have put that game away. Did not.
Which that's good adjustments, better defense in the second half. But that's the problem that we're talking about right now is that sometimes it's too little, too late, and that was the case tonight.
Too soon? No, it's not soon enough. That was great.
It's dumb.
They're not elite.
It's almost as bad as Missouri's third down music.
They're not elite.
Secondary looked bad again for that first half.
The run game's pretty good though.
Yeah, when they're not dropping the football.
The run game's pretty good.
Dylan Bell had a nice run. I thought Mike was creative with the play calling. It wasn't.
Are we gonna trash Mike yet?
A lot of people are gonna want to.
This?
A lot of people are going to. But
why?
If we're pointing the blame, Mike Bobo comes way after a lot of.
We're gonna start.
Issues
we're gonna start with Kirby, Paul Smart.
100%.
And we're gonna take it from there. And I'm not killing Kirby. But it is kind of like at some stage, you know, look at this. This really.
You got to be ready when the game
I
starts.
really did think I had helped us out. I'm certain I have not. This is crazy.
We gotta
I'm
get
waiting
pizza
for
in
my
the oven.
Uber. I got Detroit style, just in case.
Oh, there we go.
Just in
There
case
we
you
go.
were wondering.
And then the night's made.
Because somebody in the back seat's like, you know. But
I'm just tired, man. It's been a long, life. But
well, they got to start beating Alabama. This is not that complicated.
it's not that.
Are they coming to us?
Oh, is he going after somebody? I'd love to see a chase.
There ain't nobody chasing through here, dude. Or are they just blocking us off?
Look, he has an Alabama problem.
For
There's
sure.
a mental block, and you can see that.
Go.
I think you could see that at the
Like it's a green light.
I wanted to say that part of the slow start can be attributed to just the anxiety of playing Alabama, but it's been such a trend that it's difficult to say that. But
There should be no anxiety.
No, thank you.
Thank
you.
You shouldn't, especially when you know how good you are. But Dean and I were looking at the Alabama offensive line on the
They look good.
sideline. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one of the only programs that can physically match up with Georgia. But they were more hyped up than the Dogs during
Yeah, I
warm-ups.
thought that was a red flag against Alabama, but I think they were just
I think
ready.
they were just juiced.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need to bring. What didn't Kirby? Isn't he the one that coined the term "bring your own juice"?
Is that a Dabo term?
I think that's a Kirby.
He bring your
term.
own guts.
Yeah,
he's got no
That's
guts
not going.
right now.
That's not
BYOG.
going. Yeah, the Kirby,
I talked to a Clemson fan tonight.
How'd that go? I have not heard from my Clemson people.
He was pretty level-headed about the situation, but
Well, I think, Oregon beat Penn State, which is not
Really good
surprising.
win. But they typically lose that whiteout game, it feels.
They have not lately, but they're losing it too often, is what I would say. So Oregon beating them was not overly surprising. Georgia losing to Alabama is not overly surprising. Ohio State Ohio State's probably the best team in the country. Taking care of Washington, UW is about what should happen. And I don't know. I mean, I think we're at where we're at here with this thing. I think Georgia is basically playing in the NFC East, and they're going to have to figure out how to take it from there. I don't at all think there's a real problem. I'm not sure I'll feel like there's a real problem if they lose again necessarily, but I think the way in which you play does matter. And I think that they played fine tonight, and I don't think it was unbelievable. Where are they going?
yeah, I think it's kind of a similar positive takeaway that you can.
And I'm not
derive
trying.
from
I'm
this,
not attempting to be positive, Ryan.
No,
I'm just saying
I
what
was
it
going to
is.
attempt to be
Okay, go for it.
because I think you can look at this both sides. They did fight back, right? And they got themselves back in the game, and they defensively played much better in the second half. And I think that now you've seen them play 2 SEC games, 2 where they had to be resilient. And 2 really good teams, right? We think.
I mean,
We don't know. There might just be a lot of bad out there, but we'll find out.
That could be the best team they play all.
It could be.
season.
That's not out of the question.
you don't
I think it's just a
Mississippi's
tough
pretty
league.
Good, though?
I think they're good.
They are.
And look, hey, there's 2 things that have caused. Well, there's 3 things that have caused Georgia problems over the year. 1, Alabama. 2, NFL receivers, and 3, mobile quarterbacks. Ole Miss has a very mobile quarterback, so that might be an issue. Haynes King might be an issue for Georgia. I don't know if Arch Manning will be an issue.
Is everyone mobile though? Because Ty Simpson's mobile.
Ty Simpson
And he hurt
played
them
really well
once or
tonight.
twice.
Yeah,
with
but
his
someone
legs.
that really can beat them with their legs. He didn't have to do that a lot.
He did that one time tonight that I recall.
Early on, he picked up a big third down.
Well, he also ran one in the end zone.
Yes, but that was
Easier.
Yeah.
But those are the things that Georgia struggles with, and they're
they-
going to have to deal with that throughout the season.
for
And they're
sure
gonna have to-
because quarterbacking has changed.
Exactly.
And I think that I'm very curious to see where this season goes, generally speaking, because I still think they're a top 5, top 10 teams, whatever you want to call it for Georgia. I don't know that there's a great team. Again, my problem is I am too much of a basketball person and have gotten so used through the years, Matt, to like building towards the end of the season. Now that's where we're at with college football. And when we would go on the road and lose to somebody in Virginia, I'd be like, whatever. And Coach got really pissed at us one time. And we got back on a Sunday morning, it was just after midnight, and he got us in our room, and he was pissed. And he goes, Dan Schmeisser, shout out, talked to Coach this week. And he said, it's a new day. I will get y'all's asses out there right now, and we will practice right now. That was not good. And but
I don't know if this team can practice any harder than they have been. Everything we're hearing
it's
is
only
that
about
they
execution at this stage.
go out and do your job, and they didn't do that.
A lot of people running for the border
lot
right
today.
now.
Oh man,
They don't have the Detroit style at home.
No.
But I would not. So you got to balance this. You got to say, hey, look, is there a reason to freak out? I would say no.
I'd
However,
say a little bit.
what's the freak out
Of
for
the
you?
defense.
The secondary.
No, the defensive line. I mean, they just don't have a dude that can get to the quarterback. They don't.
They don't have
rushing
game
passer.
changers.
I mean, they have 4 sacks this season. It's
Yeah.
been 4 games.
And Kirby keeps talking about how they're getting rid of the ball quickly and all this stuff, but that would.
He's been saying that for 3 years. Just saying.
Tennessee gets it out quickly, and they've come to Athens and got sacked 5-6 times.
8
They-
times last year. If I'm
They
not
just
uh,
don't have a guy on the defensive
No, they
line.
don't.
There's
I
not.
mean,
I don't know if there's a single first-round defensive talent. On the
I don't
roster
give
right
a
now.
shit. Here's my thing. Everybody that we watched tonight, whether they're on headsets or playing, they're all getting paid. This isn't like, Dustin Lucky was running out there, okay? It's a different time. Everybody's getting paid. Everybody's responsible for their, thing. And Fran Brown's quote's exactly right, which is, are you good? Well, then why aren't you performing in practice and so forth? There's no magical formula. You got to just go do it. And to me, they don't have a pass rusher. Develop one.
That's why you went and got Elamadozi, right?
Well,
that's exactly why they won.
I
the
And
mean,
game.
he's on a milk carton. I think I saw him out there, but where are the plays? These guys got to make plays.
Right.
I didn't mean to be funny.
I didn't know he was on a milk carton.
That's where the lost people are, where you can't find them. Where's
Yes.
Waldo? Where's Elamadozi? Where's the beef? Remember that lady? Where's Georgia secondary?
She was right.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah.
Nothing.
Where are the tight ends?
Not there.
There's a lot missing.
Did they have
right
a single
now.
catch tonight?
I don't think
Did they-
so. Or a target?
Oh wait, no,
Oscar
Oscar
had the early
Delp,
one,
and he
got
got.
popped.
But
Yeah.
that was an example of a bad play by Gunnar Stockton. 2 other wide open receivers
Yeah.
on that play,
Were they?
and he chooses to go to Oscar Delp on it. He was not seeing things early on, especially on the first 2 drives. It got better
Well,
as time went on. He made some gutsy
They went
throws. but-
they had 3 and out, and then Alabama
To
had the
start
ball
the
for like
game.
6 minutes.
Yeah.
And listen, man, Alabama outplayed Georgia. Alabama deserved to win the game. There's no confusion here. They were the better team tonight. They deserved to win the game. They won the game. Georgia could have taken it from them. They didn't.
Yeah.
And so there's still some growing to do here. But again, it's September. It's the last game in September. We learned a lot about this team. We learned they know how to run the football. But there's other things that need to be dealt with, corrected, whatever. But Matt, I can't know what October will bring. And
I do. It's going to bring tight games.
well, that's to me is true.
I don't know if this Georgia team's blowing anyone out, and that includes Kentucky. They're not all there. It's not a giant cohesive unit for 4 quarters. I mean,
And-
there's always some type of issue or struggle, but there are times when they look really good.
Right.
But I think they're a lot like Auburn, only in the way where they just play tight games. No
Wait,
one's
Auburn
blowing
lost
Auburn
today?
out. They lost, but they lost by 6. They have a really good defense. They just play in tight
Yeah,
games.
Auburn better kind of get it together, or it'll go sideways quickly.
Yeah, look, it's not going to get any easier for Georgia. They got to.
No,
They
it will
gotta-
get easier. I mean, they played the 2 most difficult games they're probably going to play for a while. I do think at Auburn's challenging and Ole Miss, but come on, man, we're really going to talk about Florida.
Do we not think Texas is going to be challenging?
State's going to be challenging.
State would probably be trickier than Texas.
I just think that this is a gauntlet, and the SEC
is.
is somewhat evened out, and this is going to be difficult almost every week.
Yes, I agree with that
and
part.
Tech might be challenging too.
For sure.
It will
Florida could
If they-
be a weird game. It was weird last
if Tech
year.
plays like they did against Wake Forest today, they will not beat Georgia.
No.
They will not come within 10 of beating Georgia. But they won that game, and they deserved
earned
to
it,
win that
yeah.
game. Yeah, for sure. And I think that Georgia Tech can beat Georgia. Mississippi can beat them. Auburn can beat them. Mississippi State can beat them. I'm skeptical. Tech can beat them. Texas can beat them.
Charlotte can.
Charlotte cannot. I don't buy Kentucky. I don't know that I buy Mississippi State.
You lose to Florida, season's over.
Florida? Did you say? Florida can't score.
They're not going to, but
No,
that would
they
be kind of be
can't
the
score.
bottom of the barrel this year.
That's
but
amazing that the Florida Gators are the bottom of the barrel. But what we saw tonight was 1990s Florida, Georgia. Oh, well, not 1990s. Mark Richt era Florida, where
Yeah.
Georgia just couldn't figure out how to win the dadgum game. And
Dadgum
I
game.
can't see a thing.
I can't see either.
Because of this light down here. But you know, that eventually got reversed and moved on. But like Ron Zook beat Mark Richt twice, if I'm not mistaken. So it does happen. This garage, I swear. It does happen. They got to play better in you know
against those guys.
yeah, for sure.
Georgia fans expect Georgia to beat everyone else, but when they play Alabama, everyone expects Georgia
To lose.
and
they
that
comply.
history says it.
They
Rightfully
comply.
so.
Yeah.
They comply. They're
Rightfully
good. They're good
so.
at losing to Alabama. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
They've mastered it in a way.
It's I think it's partially difficult to evaluate just because of the history of what happens between Georgia and Alabama, and this just happens. It happens, but they've got to play better in a lot of different ways. If we measure them in terms of championship quality team, and I haven't seen that yet.
No.
Yeah, the reality is that this team does not look like the number one team in the country, obviously.
Right.
And it's too early to jump off the bridge, hide the knives, and all that. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but this team is. They're not what they were. A lot of that is the transfer portal. There's so much going on in college football that it feels like the playing field, Georgia's kind of taking a step backwards. They're not as dominant. They're in tight games. They've got to play better consistently. They're not elite defensively. They're not elite offensively, and it starts with Kirby Smart. He's got to get them back to playing to a championship standard, and their standard that they set for themselves that they have not played up to so far this year.
They're not what they were. What will they be? That's my question. And that will be the tale of the season as we move along. We can't do it without you. If you've gotten to the 30-minute mark with us, 32 minutes.
We love you.
We do.
Yeah.
We can't do it without you. And we really appreciate you. And we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.